whiteboard on this computer. Okay, there you go. So you guys can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna open two windows. So I think, Carolyn, you can't do this incognito mode, right, on your computer for some reason?
I can't either.
I can't.
Do you have another browser that you can use or no?
Yes. Carolyn, we have like Firefox or Safari, Carolyn.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use that to test the student mode, right? That helps. Okay, so let's go to whiteboard.chat, go start teaching, right? So, so let's make, okay, forget it. We don't need to go fancy, but okay, so let's say you want to enable the dice first, right? Do you want one or two?
Two.
That's fine. Two's fine.
Two's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you click that saying auto enable dice, right? That's it. And then let's put some manipulative type things, anything random. You put some circles, right? Maybe, yeah, I think that's, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to put on there, right? Either from the web or from here. And then you just right click this guy and say students can clone. Right click it and say students can clone.
You
right?
don't have to choose students can move also, because when you choose clone, it allows them to move it.
So no, so either they can move it. So let's say these were the ones they were going to place on top of the boards, right? And then we want game pieces too. Let's just put some game pieces, right? And those ones we want to move. So let's say there's a snowman, right? And then there's a gingerbread cookie, right? And these ones we want them to move. So you say students can move these. So move and clone are exclusive. So you can pick one or the other. You cannot pick both.
Wow.
All right. And then I change the default tool to move and resize, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I create the pre-create the group, right? So I say create group. Let's say G1. Oops. Not here. Move that to the right. Call it G1. Right, and then you can just, for the sake of it, we'll create another one, G2.
Now, so can you say what you're doing right there? You just put the actual group to the right?
Yes, that's the name of the group, the G2
Because
group.
there's no students yet. You just created a group and moved it to the right.
That's right. So basically the ID is what I put as G2. I moved that here and moved that to the right, and I created, basically I gave it the same name as the ID, just so that remember what it is, right?
So we always have to do that because it's not just the students' names that have to get moved to the right. That group has to.
So if you're pre-creating groups, then this is what you do. But if you're doing it live, then you move the student names. Right?
Gotcha.
So if you're pre-creating them, this is what the pre-creation would do, right? Okay, I think we are done. So I'm gonna invite this student, the incognito student on the right. So what you do is just click the invite button, copy this URL, right? And then paste it here. Right, so now you see they're being asked for their ID. So that's what they will say. So you say student 1, group 1, right? Right, so oops, so why only one dice showed up?
Now that happened to us too today at some point.
Let me change that maybe. I think it didn't save it properly. Yeah, so that may be a bug. Let me change that, disable it, and do it again one more time. See, this is what happens when you're already live and you're seeing the dice, then this is what happens. You see both of them, right? But if you pre-create it, then it shouldn't happen. Still one. Okay, let me see if we can address that one. Let's turn that off. Make the second one. Then turn it on. Why only one? Come on. It doesn't like it. Maybe make it 3. That help? No. Okay, well, maybe something that we broke recently. So I'll fix it today. We'll see how we can address the single dice. Let me put a spinner also. I think the spinners work a lot better in a group activity, right? So if I were to go to widgets and spinner, right, and then move the spinner here. I call that students can spin. Okay, and then if I click the spinner, okay.
Are there 2 because you're doing it while you're live?
Yes. Okay, let me do this then. Let me close this student out. Let me try it again. I should not be doing it live.
I think that was part of our issue. We were doing it live.
I agree.
So it seems to be, it's better for us too as well, I think, to have it all set up prior.
Right, so let's just remove this group. We'll use G2 instead and say 1, 2, 3 students can spin. Sync student spins. Okay. Okay, let's try that again. So let's call it student 2 G2. Okay, now it showed up properly. All right, so now this is, so there's a spinner, there are 3 dice, which is what it is here, and they are able to spin this, right? And then the students, so these 2 objects I said students can move, right? So they can move this, they can move this, and they can clone these, right?
All right, now, do you see how on your instructor board, you're not seeing that stuff happen, right?
Yes, because you're on the instructor board, so you can watch that in the grid view, right? So this is the kids board,
Okay.
right? You can watch that on the kids board because that's a different copy. Or you, as an instructor, you can join the group as well, right? But if you join the group, what happens is that you'll see both the dice. So you have to ignore that one.
Oh, okay.
The one on the top is a instructor dice, but the bottom one is what is the right one, right? And then if
What? There's no way to keep that from happening?
the instructor view, so you're saying you as an instructor, you don't want to see this one too?
I think I would just like to be able to see when I go in exactly what the students
I see.
are seeing.
Okay, yeah, we can say that if the instructor joins the group board, turn off the dice. Yeah, that we can
Also,
do.
when we look at the students on grid view, so like if you were to look at your grid view right now,
Mhm.
can you see the students' dice? Like you can't see them.
You cannot see it. You cannot see the dice.
Okay, so there would be no way to do that. So like, let's say you had like 3 different games going on because you broke the kids up into different groups. You would just kind of only be able to monitor what they're doing. You can see the spinner though, which is good. So you can see what the spinner's doing, but you won't be able to see the dice.
Yeah, the dice. Yeah, right now we are changing the way the dice is implemented. Right now it's a static thing for the whole class instead of for a board.
Okay.
Right. So we're gonna change that so that it becomes more like. But the spinner, you can see exactly where it
Yeah.
ended up. Right.
That's a good option too. Okay.
So if you were teaching a small group and you're playing a game and they're doing the dice and moving the pieces and you want to kind of clarify the mathematics of it. So you want to get on as instructor and with maybe a pen and just show some math. How would you do that? What view would you use so that everybody could see it?
Yeah, so you can just join the group board. So I think maybe what I'd recommend, based on what you're saying, don't use the dice, use the spinner,
Yeah.
right? Because the spinner is easier to see from the grid view as well, right? So let's just turn off the dice for the heck of it.
And you could put a double spinner up there and color code it differently. So if you wanted them to spin the two different spinners for different reasons.
Yeah, you can have as many spinners as you want. So let's try that too, right? So we can try that. So now, this is the instructor is on the group board, right?
And how did you get there?
So by clicking this,
The eyeball?
yes.
Okay.
So here is where it shows where you are, right? So it says you are on the group 2 board,
Okay.
right?
Susan,
And
if you went to grid view and you click on it and join that way, is that the same thing as joining through the eyeball?
no, this is the right way. If you join through, maybe that'll work too. I haven't tried it, but you can click one of the students who are on that group and join.
And will you just be on theirs, or I guess everyone's on the same board, right? Or do you have-
Everybody is on the same board.
Okay.
So that-
So the eyeball is not just to see. The eyeball is you going in as an instructor, and you can also do things.
Right. So here you can do whatever, right? You can say,
Okay.
you can type, and you can see that it's showing up on the right hand side on the student view as well, right?
As an instructor, can you clone two on that group board? Because we were having trouble with that earlier too.
Yeah. If you use the move tool, you should be able to.
So you still have to go to the move and resize tool to do that first. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if you set the tool to move and resize,
Yes.
then it'll be the same for you as well.
Okay.
Are you able to save the spinners? If you make specialized spinners, are you
Yeah.
able to save them in My Objects?
That's a good question. I think we recently added it. I'm not sure. I'll check and get back to you. One of my colleagues did the spinners, so he knows it better than I do, of course. So I think we added that recently, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then let's try adding a second spinner. That's one more thing you guys wanted, right? So we have one more spinner,
Oh, good.
right? We can say maybe these are colors. Right, so these are colored spinners.
Nice.
And then why did this guy not take? Okay. Again, this is the live thing. The live thing kills me. Okay. So okay, there you go. No, it's good.
So you could say that though. Can we try that at the very end too? Like if you saved this game board and then resent it to us or rejoined it as a different student?
Yeah, we can. Let's try this one really quickly. And then this is another student. So see, this is student and that student. Both of them get stuff. Okay, awesome.
Nice.
And then you can join. Let me share this with you on chat.
The syncing of the student spins only syncs to the students that are in the same group.
That's correct.
Okay.
So only group 2 students will be able to see the group 2 spins.
Okay.
So when you join, can you enter G2 as the group name? Let me create another group so that we can see the other group is not seeing the spin, right?
G2. Okay, I'm on G2.
Okay, so can you try to spin the spinner?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it spinning. So I'm gonna make this person join the other on G3 to make sure it doesn't spin on this. Okay, so now, yeah, see, so now this is on G2 and this is on G3. So whatever is happening on G2 is not seen on G3. Right?
Oh, that's great.
Are you spinning it by clicking the word spin or by clicking the spinner itself?
No, you have to click the word spin.
Okay.
And then you can try and move these objects as well or clone them.
So the instructor view is like your master view, and you're not seeing any of the changes that have been made by students in the individual games.
On the individual boards, that's right. So on the grid view, you can see it. So you can see, like, let me change the size to bigger so you guys can see my screen. So you can see, look, group 2 looks like this now, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm only on, how do I get back? Can you guys see what he's showing?
Yeah, I have dual windows open.
Oh, okay, let me see, I don't know. Oh. I think I lost it.
The zoom goes to a weird place. So if you
Okay.
do command tab, go to the zoom window.
Oh, I found it. Yeah. Okay.
So here you can see on the grid view, this group 2 and group 3, right?
So it seems like if you're in grid view and you click on it and you join that way, it does the same thing as if you went to the group management board and click the eyeball. They
That's
both
right.
move into it.
That's right. Yeah, it sometimes goes there, it sometimes doesn't. So I think this eyeball thing is the easiest way, I would say. That's more deterministic. So it will take you there for sure.
So
And
can you
then-
show me how you made, I'm sorry, the grid
Go
view
ahead.
bigger, the individual grid view, like how you got the little thumbnails bigger?
Here, so if you click this grid view thing again, there's this setting, the grid options, right? And you can say what size of the grid
okay.
you want, right? You want a
Awesome.
4x5 or
Oh.
2x2.
I never saw that before. That's
I
perfect.
didn't either.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, the other thing that I think we were having difficulty with is the way the boards are saved. Like if you go into your manage boards,
Mm.
we're noticing like it's saving our boards multiple times. Does it save it each time you open it?
If you do a save a copy, are you doing save a copy?
No, I don't think I was.
Should we be, after
No.
we create something, should we have a master copy of it all somewhere?
It's up to you. If you want to save it a pristine copy, you can, right? So, but it should not make copies on its own. So see, if I call this sample boards, right? And if I go to manage boards, and you click sample boards, you'll see the sample boards and you'll see all the student boards under it,
Mhm.
Yes.
right? And the group boards also, right? But that's all you should see. Are you seeing multiple of these?
No, I think I
No.
was seeing all of those underneath and not
Yeah.
understanding what that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what are those underneath?
So these are the individual group boards and the individual student boards, right? So for all the independent, because the kids work and the group works also get saved under your instructor board automatically. So all the work is saved all the time. So they can asynchronously go to their board, keep working on it, and their work will get saved under your board.
Oh.
Okay. Could you save the one that you just made and then like, so,
This one?
yeah, so when you would send it to us, like, so now when you sent it to us, you sent it to us live, correct?
Uh-huh.
So when it goes, if we go to our managed boards and we were to reopen a game to send to our students, everything here should have all of the attachments included. Like the cloning should be still there, the spinners, everything should be there, correct? Since it was pre-made?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
that is this way.
Yeah, so I can send you a copy so that this shows up in your managed boards as well, right? So if I create so this is my copy, right? But if I want to share this lesson with my co-teachers, for example, for their classrooms, I can create a copy link. And what that does is when, let's say, Linda, you click it, it'll make a copy for you to use in your class.
Okay. So where do I find that though? Where do I click it from?
So here, if you go to manage books, you can
Okay.
say send a copy, right? So, and then copy this classroom copy. And if I were to paste this, now if I were to paste this in the chat again,
Okay. That's how I would get it. Okay.
right now you will get a copy. If you click that, now it'll create a master copy for you, the instructor version for you, right?
I
I'm
think
having,
Linda and I did that with Linda, and then she opened it and she thinks that she saw me in the board. Is that possible?
No, it shouldn't be. You can try clicking the link that I just sent.
all right, I'm gonna try, but somehow when I opened up whiteboard with you, my Zoom got tiny and I can't find all of the features. I don't know what I did. So. Anybody have full screen? I don't know why I don't.
Can you go to the Zoom chat or no?
No, I can't find the chat. That's the problem.
Oh,
Let me go back here and see.
do you guys want to use Google Meet instead?
No, I don't know. Do you guys have a full screen? Maybe just send it to, there it is. I just can't find the chat though. The chat's not,
It's not on the bottom?
hold on. No, because oh, here we go. I got it. I had to open it a different way. Hold on. I think I have it now. Okay, so now I did. I have a copy of it.
Yeah, but you shouldn't see any of us in that copy, right? It's your
I
own,
don't.
right?
I don't see any of us. But Tara, you're right. I did see your name. So now if I go to my managed boards, it should be in there too, correct?
Yes,
I see it. It's called sample boards, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And so it's not like with Google Slides or something where you have to make a copy or else you're going to be on somebody else's. It's not like that. That it makes a copy.
Yes, when you click the copy link, it will make a copy for you, right? So you don't have
Okay.
to.
So you don't have to.
See,
Okay.
When I go into my managed boards, underneath it, I see the group 2 and group 3 boards. Is that?
Yeah, those are empty right now because those are the pre-created groups, right? So I had 2 pre-created groups in it. So those will be there, but there won't be anybody in there.
So that teacher, when they use it, their own group 3 will go there.
That's right. So yeah, you can create all of this, say pre-create the groups, everything, and then share, right?
Got it.
So
Okay.
if you're, let's say like on Monday, I'm working with 4 students on this activity and we run out of time and I want to revisit it on Wednesday. How do I do that with the students?
Just use the same invite link. The invite link that you had, just is the same one.
So I would pull up my board and then invite from there.
Yes, or if you, what most teachers do is that they put this link in Google Classroom or your LMS. What LMS do you guys use?
Okay. And that one is specific to that game. And then all of those students, their boards would come back up where they were if they
Yes.
were doing different boards.
That's right, exactly. Right.
Oh.
So they'll go back exactly where they were. If they were in a group, they would go back to their group. If they were doing individual work, they'd go back to their individual boards.
Oh, that's great. Can I ask a question about the new long division tool with the grids?
Sure.
I was just wondering if you could show us. I was playing around and my numbers kept getting mixed up. I wasn't sure if I was doing it right.
Okay, so let me do it on a different page. So,
And I saw that you can make it like yellow if you want.
yes, you can do the background colors too.
Okay.
Now, if I were to use the division, is not really a division tool. It's just an image on top of the grid. That's all it is, right?
Okay.
So, so if I were to go to math and put this one there, right? Yeah, right. That's all it is, and then I can use the. What do I want?
Now, is this where you were showing how you can type in numbers now in each box?
Yes. So now if I were to change the tool, because this is a more of a typing, like a activity, I would change it back to a brush instead of a move exercise, right?
So brush is typing. Okay.
Right. Then you can just move this around. It's like Excel, if you will, right? So it's like
Oh, okay.
25, whatever.
And how are you moving that with
With the arrow keys.
arrow keys? Okay.
Right, so you can just use the arrow keys to move around and type wherever.
Nice.
You can also click any of the grids and just type there too, right?
Okay. And the font size can get bigger down on the bottom with the pen.
That's right.
The typing size. Okay.
Right. You can
Okay.
I think if you make it too big, it'll go out of the. I think maybe about an 8, maybe the maximum you can put. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I think kids get the hang of it very quickly. Right? Right, so you have to give them a little time, but they get the hang of it. I test it on my daughters. They're like 7 and 8, so they're pretty okay with it. That's it's just a great that division thing is just a picture on top of it. That's all it is.
Okay. And would we want to lock that in?
You don't need to unless you accidentally delete your own stuff. So the way you would do it is that maybe you have exercises here. So if you go to page 2 on your screens now, if you have do you still have the link, or should I send it again?
Yeah, I think I can get back. Oh. Page 2.
Right, but you're on the group.
Oh, yes, I'm
board,
there.
right, you're on the group board now. So yeah, now you can try. You choose the draw tool, or it should be the draw tool automatically. But yeah, just click and try and type in one of the places. Can you do that?
Yeah.
And you can use the arrow keys.
This might be easier for them than the pen.
Yeah, much easier, I think.
Are you writing on the group 2 board, Carolyn?
Yeah, on page 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys are both on the group 2 board, right? So if you want to go back to, I can remove group 2, then you'll go to your individual boards. You want to try that too?
Wait, how are you typing instead of drawing?
Just use your keyboard.
Oh,
just click anywhere and press up number.
How come mine defaulted to a smaller text?
You got to switch the text down below, Tara.
Oh, but the slider, like we could both be on a problem together and be using different sizes, and it doesn't default to the same, right?
Yeah, you could be using different colors, different sizes.
If I change my text color, does it change everyone's background?
On a group board, if you change the background, it'll change everybody's background. But if you change your pen color, it doesn't change the other's pen color.
Okay.
I wonder if this would work with subtraction regrouping.
If you're asking me, I don't know what that is. So.
You have to line it up, you're saying, Carolyn?
Yeah, I was wondering if the kids would be able to, it would be just a subtraction problem for the younger students where they would have to cross off, but maybe could type in. They have a more difficult time drawing, it seems. Like
Yeah.
if we could set up the problem ahead of time, they would
Why does that go up?
they would have to toggle between the well, no, they would be in drawing the whole time, so they could either draw a cross off or
That's
they
right.
could type.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, when you're doing activities like this, the better tool to use is the draw tool, because you can
Okay.
do typing as
And
well as the drawing. And to erase, just use your right click, and if you do right click and drag, it will become an eraser. So just like you're doing a left click and drag, it becomes a pen. If you
a
do
right
right
click
click,
and drag.
it becomes an eraser.
See, when I go to the text and I click on the box underneath the 4, you see where I am?
Yeah.
I'm typing a 6. When I go to click off of that box, you see how it moved my 6 upward?
Oh.
Huh.
Can you share your screen?
I just saw the 6 happen.
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on. Let me see.
Or maybe are you clicking the
I click text and then I click on a box, like I'm clicking here. I'm going to type the number 6. Do you see my 6?
Oh, I think you have to be on pen, Tara.
Wait, what are you on, Tara? You're not on pen?
I was on the text.
Oh, you're using the text tool.
Oh,
No, don't use the text tool. Use the pen.
how do you change just your pen color without changing the background?
So there's a setting in the gear icon
Okay, gotcha.
that says pen colors and board colors match. So take that off.
Yeah, it's way down on the bottom.
Pen. The paintbrush?
Yes, the paintbrush.
So I click the paintbrush, but when I go to write with it, it's a paintbrush. It's drawing, it's not typing.
No. So you just click using the paintbrush, but you type instead.
Okay, yep. I have one of my biggest issues is still the eraser tool.
What, you don't like the way it erases?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's not, like my students, when I was using it with them, they were getting frustrated that when they use the eraser, it erases anything that's like connected to that continuous line.
Mm.
If let's say I draw a line and then I just want to erase a little segment in the middle of that line.
Yeah.
Do that.
Right. So yeah, that's an issue because it's an object eraser. It's not like a.
Yeah, like I just want to erase the middle of that line. You can't.
No, you
Erase
cannot.
the whole line.
All right, so I'm trying to change my color. I hit the gear setting and it's telling me settings for your boards, sign into whiteboard. There's no options right now, like I usually see.
Well, because I think you're in as a student.
Oh yeah, because you are as a student. That's why.
Also, as a student, you can't change your color, your
No.
pen color. Gotcha.
You can change your pen color, but it'll match your out.
Yeah, down on the bottom, the kids can change it.
Right. You can click either the palette or the.
Next to your name, there's a box.
Okay, but that doesn't change it for everybody else, correct? Like
No.
I went to blue. Okay, good. I misunderstood before. I thought that would change it for everybody if I did that.
No, if you change the background color of the screen, then it changes for everybody. So if I were to set like you see now everything is yellow.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's nice that the kids could have different colors.
Yeah, I agree.
Track who's doing what.
And you can see as a teacher too, if you do a select, if you use the select tool and then you click any of the objects, you can see who drew it or who wrote it, right?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, even after the fact. So you can
Even,
go-
Oh, that's interesting.
have you guys seen that time machine thing? That's pretty cool too.
Oh,
No, there's so many great features. We really,
So
We keep screenshotting all of your features and sending them to each other, but trying to keep up.
so can you see my screen?
yes.
Okay, so now, so for example, now I want to see who wrote this 6, right? You can see last updated by Tara, right? And who I can see this one was updated by Linda. So any other objects you can see
Where are you seeing that? I can't see. I see you clicking on it. Where is it saying?
here at the bottom.
are you in the Zoom view?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just need to make my screen bigger to see that. Oh, I see it. Last updated. Yes.
So you can see who did what, right?
Yeah.
And then you can play back the time machine thing is this one. You go to
Oh yeah, it's
this
there. It's,
here, and then you can see from the beginning to the end, you can play it out as it happened, right?
So you can go back and see how the group did.
That's right. Who,
If you have groups in, oh,
yeah,
that's
you
really
can,
Oh, that's really cool.
so who put what where and when and
That's awesome.
yeah.
You know, for accountability for the older kids, absolutely.
yeah, they were not doing anything or
yeah.
they were struggling with certain sections. You can do that on individual boards too, not just on group boards.
Oh, nice.
Okay, anyway, yeah, so yeah, try this out. Let me see what the one question you asked me about saving the dice into the objects. I don't, sorry, the spinner into the objects. I'll see, I'll let you know if we can find out and save it with the options.
Quick question about your webinar on Thursday. I know that I read somewhere you're going to do a basic and an advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Are they at the same time, like at a different time? Or I see that there's like a,
There'll be alternate weeks. So one week we'll do both webinars basic, and then the next week we'll do both webinars advanced.
okay, how about this week? Do you know what this week is?
This week is the basic one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Did I answer all your questions, or is there something still?
I think it gives us a good start.
Yeah, I think this is great. I think the main thing that I'm going to take from this is go to the spinner for right now until we figure out the dice.
Yeah, just stick with the spinner. I think the dice is a little clunky. It's not our software, so that's why it's a little weird.
Thank you so much for your continued updating and helping and kind of willingness to meet us and work through this with us. It really helps. Thank you.
It's
You're
amazing.
welcome.
It is
Yeah,
amazing.
this gives me an opportunity to see it from a teacher's perspective too, which is good for us to keep improving. So thank you for doing that too.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time and effort.
Thanks. Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.